Alright, let's get this thing going. Let's see if we can finish up.
Inside. Too many puzzles. Not good.
I agree.
I want to give whoever made this palace a piece of my mind.
I do too, in a fourth wall breaking sense. I mean, again, I have to restate it. Not good game design to
We cannot let the forces of evil win.
take away mapping and auto feature. I'm just glad none of these chests were in these side rooms, so we had to worry about. But even so, the Laura Castle part especially was just awful without any kind of navigation. It was just poorly designed all the way around.
Heath has returned.
Looks like I want to do these side rooms first for treasure chests. Because of course we'll want to.
Stronger than you think.
Beat Man. Evolved form of Tomato Man.
One down. Will not loot. Ever.
Oh, they dropped a rainbow item seed. That's nice. Okay, looks like I have to go through there first and then come back later to this side. As with that statue there, that means it's going to be right before a boss fight. Queen Succubé.
This is strength.
Oh. Yeah, I was looking at that shining light in the corner. Okay, so... more annoyances. What can I say?
All done. We can take this enemy in no time.
That's what I call power.
Simple as that, huh? It's just a little secret door.
This enemy in no time.
Learning. Getting stronger.
Out of my way before I break you. It'd be interesting if the enemies could. Games that have enemies that can run away from combat are interesting when well implemented. I think it'd be interesting if we were powerful enough if the enemies might run away from us. They actually had a mechanic like that in the first Final Fantasy game. That's actually how in the one of the earlier any % speedruns involved walking upstairs until you changed your thief into a super high level character, turned a guard into the trigger for chaos, and made chaos run away from your super high level character. Haha. Aha!
Leave it to me, Wookiees!
So if you're high enough level, they'd run away. But they haven't really done that ever since. There are just occasionally monsters that run away. Same thing happens in Chrono Trigger. Earthbound, certain enemies would get more cowardly and run away. It was kind of random, but they had a few moments where the enemies would be extremely smart about running, and you could basically automatically defeat any enemy in an area after you've beaten their boss, which is a nice little touch. Be interesting to see a little bit more of that involved in these. Back to Lumina time.
Forces of evil win. Duh! I will get Heath back!
Okay, that's there, but now I have to go all the way back around the other way.
Be careful! This could get ugly. Bye!
Okay, I really like her runaway speech there. That's pretty funny. Okay, nope, can't go that way. Have to go around this way now. Bye!
Retreat!
Leave it to me, Wookiees!
Durant always sounds like we're running away because we're afraid. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to have to do it through here. And then I can run back and turn this over in order to get to this middle section, so I've got this figured out. Let's see. So no more chests in this area have shown up, so there shouldn't be anything. One last chest in the next area. Got a scale so we can reset our level, our class if we wanted. Okay, this is finally going to be our battle with Heath. The second time we've seen him, essentially, in this particular playthrough. Third if you count Charlotte's flashback. Oh, nope. Ghost guy, huh?
Fight the one hurting the world. No time for weaklings. Get away.
Of course he moved before he did. Wrong spell. Okay, here's the finish. Okay, now's when things get real annoying.
Beating them all on my own?
And no going back either. Wonderful. 5? My word. Big whoop-de-doo. The red flash, if it's consistent with everything else here, that means that it's the wrong one.
Dangerous.
Nah.
I'm getting good at this.
Okay, let's try middle and see if it... No, that's just totally wrong. Okay, fine.
I've got this. Is this it?
Retreat!
Okay, so it's literally not even, oh, there are different rooms you can go through. It's, if you don't pick the right one, you failed and have to start over. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so left. Right. And now I have 5 choices. I picked far left, I think, before, and it was wrong. Amazingly, second was right. Okay, so... Well, this should be the last chest, if it isn't a monster. Okay. Then that's fine. I don't care about that other room. If that's next, or one we could have gone to, it doesn't even matter. I don't care what's in there. I have all the important stuff. Now Charlotte takes over because this is Heath.
You managed to get so far. Bravo.
Heath! Why are you siding with this terrible person? I can't believe it. You were so nice to me. How can you do this?
What a lively bunch of would-be heroes to have defeated the Benevodons. Look how powerful the sword has become now that it is infused with their combined energy. This is its true strength. Now I shall absorb this power into my body. I will live forever. An immortal soul stronger than the goddess of mana herself. The perfect being. Behold! I will become a god!
No! Not the sword of mana! Stop!
The power will start to flow within me. No longer will it channel the goddess's energy. The sword of mana as you know it will be lost forever. You must see the end is inevitable. What? Ah! Oh, the pain! What? The surge of light is holding me back. It is coming from the sanctuary. The goddess is not yet destroyed. Very well. Once I cut down the tree, the goddess will be no more. The last of the mana power will disappear and I will be complete. I am off to the sanctuary to deal with this.
Oh no! The goddess of mana is in danger!
I will not let you impede my master's plan. You shall not leave this place alive.
Hey! Snap out of it! It's me! Your friend Charlotte! Don't you know me?
Charlotte? Who? I do not know you.
Hey! No!
This is where you will perish.
I don't want to fight you, Heath! Stop it! Please, stop!
Do not despair. Death will grant you a final respite.
You won't making any sense, Heath! Don't act like you don't know me! If you don't listen, you'll be sorry! I'll do anything! Wake up, Heath!
Stop! Stop your ridiculous sobbing!
No! I won't stop until you are back to normal! Remember when you saved me? This time, it's my turn to save you! Heath! Heath! Heath!
What is this? This little girl? Is this it, Dark? Yeah.
Stay focused!
Where are you looking? Is this it? Where are you looking? Is this it? Where are you? Is this it? Where am I?
Don't speak! You're hurt!
Do not worry about me. You must get to the sanctuary of mana and stop the masked mage.
No, Heath! I won't leave you like this!
Listen to me, Charlotte. The masked mage is... In the past, Wendell was overseen by two priests. One of light and one of dark. Two halves of the same whole. The priest of light was Charlotte's grandfather. And Belgar, the priest of dark, was my father. One time, my father came across a deathly ill child so sick that they couldn't be saved by the power of light. Instead, he turned to the forbidden reviving arts for an answer. He became obsessed with cheating death. With his new dark powers, he tried to save the girl. But it was too late. But my father's obsession with the forbidden dark magic was rejected by the Temple of Light. He was thrown out for his crimes, To make matters worse, my father's face was horribly scarred by his newfound powers. He began to wear a mask to cover his head. But such a mask could do little to hide the evil growing within him. With
After
Wendell
sounding
against
almost
him,
dying, most of
my
this
father attempted to use his own body
exposition
to test out his new reviving skills.
is extremely healthy. If you were wheezing through it, it would take even longer, of course, but...
A Dark Lich. Unstoppable now that he has the Benevolence power. Practically a god. I tried to make my father see reason. He was once a good, honest man. But his heart is only darkness now. Even I fell to its corruption. I am just a reanimated corpse. You helped me recover my corrupted soul from the dark depths into which I had sunk. But even though the battle brought me back to my senses for now, it is only a matter of time before I fall again. This is my last chance to say goodbye. Charlotte, I know you can do this. You can defeat my father and save the world from evil. I believe in you.
Heath, what are you doing?
Charlotte, everyone, may mana be with you.
No! Heath!
Defense increased by 60 when casting. That would be powerful if defense really meant anything. Lower difficulties, you're not in danger. Higher levels, you get one shot regardless of your defense, so... On the right difficulty, it maybe would be good for Angela in her solo battle she has to do. Alright, can we use our Flammy Drum here? We can use our Flammy Drum here, nice.
Time! We have to save the mana goddess!
Masked Mage must be defeated! For him!
No. No. Sanctuary of Mana.
Masked Mage! No mercy for him!
I know you're sad, Fairy, but we have to get to the Goddess of Mana. Now.
Okay, we didn't get any new better gear. We're already the best at most things. Really what I needed was a better helm for him. I think that's the last one I haven't gotten. Everything else we do have. The barrel brace is his best armlet if I want to go defense. The king's gloves. are his best. And the black onyx is her best. I do have a lot of stat increasers I should go ahead and use, I guess. Okay, spirit for her, does healing and stuff. Intellect for her as well, I guess. I don't know if her spells are affected by intellect or not.
Should work. There. Should work.
And for you, let's do stamina on our tank. Luck, I don't know. None of us really use luck all that much, I don't think. And finally, vitality elixir. Okay.
We can take the enemy in no time.
Speaking of which, I ought to go ahead and turn it to night for the final fights here.
Should work. So weak. So alone.
That's a damage. Most of the extra terrain that was around the first time was so that this could turn into a bigger, more windy, complicated dungeon in the finale. But at the very least, we can see the map and we know where we're going, so it's not going to be anything compared to the first part of the Dark Palace. I wonder if I can run from the shapeshifters. I almost feel like I'd just rather go ahead and do that.
Dangerous.
Can we? Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this finished. Winding paths back and forth. Combined with the other annoying part of the design, there's a lot of platforming you can do to reach areas, but it's not a shortcut out anymore. Not that we would really need a shortcut out. But there's a lot of areas they just don't allow you to move around, invisible walls and stuff. So even though it looks like you could possibly use some platforming parkour to get through some of these new closed off areas, nope, you gotta take the long way, just like in the original game.
All of us together. Retreat.
This one is so bye.
Made the previous one pointless, but whatever. Oh, and then one more battle, just in case you wanted to fight through that before the last fight. You'd think the Priest of Dark would be a much more significant character you'd hear a little bit more about.
Such a shame. The tree has withered.
But this is it. If you aren't doing this storyline,
Of
just
mana
boom.
is no more.
Out of nowhere, hey, Priest of Dark, that was his father. Got kicked out because he tried to resurrect a little child with dark magic. Went totally evil.
No. How could you?
Ha! You are becoming weaker by the minute without the Tree of Mana to sustain you. Understandable, as fairies are born of the tree in order to protect it. Of course you would perish without a purpose. Fear not, I will soon make you all my undead servants, bound to serve and protect me in this new age.
No! I won't let you!
No! Fairy!
Oh! I see you would prefer death to servitude. What fools! You are throwing away the opportunity to serve an invincible god! No matter. I have no need of servants, for I am all-powerful. Oh, do you even know how long I have awaited this day? My loathing for humanity has been hidden beneath this mask. I've been concealing my true essence inside this mortal shell. But now my time has come. I will unleash this poison anger and condemn humanity to utter destruction. Do you wish to see my true form underneath this disguise?
My estimation is that the amount of time spent on the cutscenes leading up to the final battle, from the point we arrived at the tree, is going to be about 5 times longer than the final battle itself.
Behold! This is the real me! I resurrected my own body with dark magic in order to overcome death itself! Do you not see how I, a Dark Lich, am stronger than the gods? No need to fight any longer. I will end you all.
Boop, one shot.
This ends here and now! Even without the tree or mana power to help us, we will never give up. Not without a fight! Not as long as our hero, the chosen one of the Mana Sword, is here! Without
My friends
mana,
are my power.
elementals and
Wait,
spirits
wrong
may
game.
disappear from the realm. But you should not lose hope. You will be creating a new world for everyone. Come! You must stand up and fight! The future is in your hands! Whether you can see us or not, we'll be with you always. So keep fighting! You can't lose!
Preposterous! Without the Sword of Mana, you have no chance of defeating me. I am like a god, and you have no weapon that stands a chance in the face of immortality. Give up!
You're wrong! Don't you see? Even without the physical Mana Sword, as long as the Chosen One is here, the sword that lives in all of our hearts that we call hope will never disappear!
I agree with the statement that it's a bit of a shame that they didn't give you a chance at all to use the sword in any fashion, other than it being a part of your heart.
Face the wrath of your new god!
Or is it? Final battle. Everyone, let's go!
For your hope!
Stronger than you think!
I think that was pretty close. They really should have called him Dark Lich at this point. I mean, they even name-dropped it a couple times. Once he's transformed, to continue calling him Masked Mage is not only somewhat incorrect, but also very much understating what he is. There's a reason that the 3 routes were named after the final boss and the really cool names assigned to them. Dragon Emperor, Dark Lich, and Archdemon. All of those, gave you a glimpse of the final boss you were going to be facing. Sound perfect final bosses for fantasy style and D&D mode. Ultimate Demon, Emperor of Dragons. Lich, greatest of the undead.
Thank you for never giving in to despair. But the tree of mana is dead, and mana has disappeared from the world. I can't exist without mana. We didn't know each other for long, but I treasured our time together. I won't forget any of you.
Fairy, don't go!
Please, don't worry about me. You were fighting for everyone's future, including mine. Thanks to your triumph, I will now be reborn as the new goddess of mana.
Could have maybe led with that.
You see, fairies are like the seeds of the mana tree. Once they find a worthy person, someone with a pure heart that they trust completely, that fairy can become the new tree and goddess of the mana in the world. To bring that mana, the mana we have lost, back into this realm, I must take the tree's place and sleep here in the sanctuary. It may yet take 1,000 years for me to restore all of the mana. But If in 1,000 years your descendants still remember the Tree of Mana, I will awaken. I'm sure I can help them in their hour of need as well. But until I am needed in the future, I will remain here, asleep, quietly protecting the world, as this tree. This is where we part. My brave heroes. Farewell. May the Sword of Mana, the one that lives in all your hearts, shine on. Forever.
So I was thinking about never using it as a weapon too, is that the Sword of Mana is actually a pretty cool looking sword. Especially the fully fleshed out version you get to see here in the 3D remake. Don't know if the vine-like wrapping around near the hilt guard area is totally necessary, but still with or without that, it's a pretty interesting looking sword, a neat one. It'd be cool to see actually wielded rather than just sitting around as a prop.
Charlotte! Oh, you are safe. I could never have faced your dearly departed parents if something had happened to you. I'm so relieved to see you unharmed.
Grandpa, what about you? Aren't you sick?
Heath himself managed to cure my illness. A vision of him came to me one night. He used forbidden dark magic to undo the curse and save me, sacrificing himself. Then he disappeared. I tried to stop him. There was no need for him to throw his life away for this old man's sake. But he wanted to atone for
Part of it is due to the fact that, again, there's the splitting of the storylines, but this whole part was so underdeveloped. Gormond we'd never learned anything about, except he's serving the Masked Mage for no particularly good reason. What even is Gormond? We don't know. The Death Jester is a guy who appeared, served the Masked Mage, and then apparently even runs away. We don't even kill him. He claimed he ran away and wouldn't come back again.
Why did you have to do that?
We don't hear anything about why Heath turns evil and is overcome. And oh, nope, Heath is restored now. Thanks to the Goddess of Mana, the brand new one, which somehow has enough power to grant everyone's wishes.
When I sacrificed my corrupted soul, I found myself lost in a dark abyss. But suddenly, a warm light rushed over me, and I heard the goddess speak. The goddess gave me what was left of her fairy life force and brought me back from the darkness. I would not be here if not for her. She saved my body and my soul. Charlotte, are you okay? It's okay. I will not leave you again. Hey, don't cry. You know the goddess is looking at this and laughing.
It'll be interesting to see how Kevin's ending changes. Because again, the Beast King revealing that Carl wasn't dead, and that he dug him out of the grave and revived him, and gives him back to Kevin to restore his faith, happened in his ending in the original.
back safe and sound. I'm just so glad to see you.
I'm sorry I made you worry, Wendy. Aunt Stella. It's over now.
You can tell me when you're ready. You should go to the castle and report back to His Majesty.
It's no shock that Duran is the default character, always in the default placement in both the original and in this one. The swordsman, he definitely has the most fleshed out story and the most fleshed out villain ensemble. If you're playing his route, you even get to meet King Richard at the
sounds like quite the adventure.
in Peta, when you're in the past of Peta.
But it had to be done. Now is not the time for sadness. Loki is alive inside you all.
Just like the Sword of Mana. Does that mean Loki is the Sword of Mana?
Always.
After all, the Sword of Mana was the dad in Secret of Mana.
Have the goddess of mana to rely on to keep the world in balance anymore. Duran, you and your friends will take up the mantle as the new Golden Knights. Valsena will follow where you lead. The future is yours.
So if you do this, all of these people are effectively royalty, all 6 characters in a way. Duran is actually the least royal member of the party. But especially if you have like Angela and Reese in your party and you come to this point, all 3, the 3 new Golden Knights who will lead Valsena under the direction of the king include 2 princesses of neighboring kingdoms, including one who is actually his secret love affair daughter too, but
You've returned, Kevin. Do you wish to fight and prove yourself? I am ready.
No. Many things I still need to learn. Learn from you. For Ludger's sake.
You've matured more than I thought. Your friends have taught you well. You 3 are bridging the divide between beastmen and humans.
Ludger is again the most well-developed character of this whole route, really. The best overall story. It's hilariously, Kevin and Ludger are kind of like a Goku and Vegeta dynamic, but reversed. The prideful one who wants to be a fighter is the pauper not born to princedom, and the prince is the one who is the more pacifistic one who would rather not fight. Although Goku enjoyed fighting, just not didn't scheme for power, ruling, or people. He just liked to fight for fighting's sake, for the enjoyment of the exercise. Kevin's kind of like that, but not really. He's a lot more soft-hearted.
Friends forever, Carl.
But that part of him is
And see,
like Goku,
my
so
new friends. They are your friends too. Find
in this
more
case,
and
the
more friends,
Vegeta
Carl.
arrogance that Ludgar has is envy in its absolute state. It's also rather interesting, considering that most of the other people were restored by the mana goddess, with whatever power comes from growing up instantly, ascending to that point. They never explain why all of that power that was getting sucked away and disappeared, all of a sudden, just by becoming the goddess of mana, the fairy has the power to start granting all these wishes that were promised before. But out of all of them, Carl isn't, resurrected, unlike pretty much everyone else who apparently got killed or whatever. But Carl just wasn't dead in the first place. Just such a shocking turnabout. There's the new growing tree out of the remains of the old. And already the sanctuary is so much more beautiful. But, you know, it's kind of one of those almost Disney-style endings. It's actually surprisingly not bittersweet, especially for how dark the rest of the storyline is with all the terrible things that are happening. It's one of the happier endings to a mana story by quite a large margin. When you think of... I'm not super familiar with the later ones, Legend of Mana and onwards. I've never really played them, but comparing it to Final Fantasy Adventure or Second Densetsu Final Fantasy Gaiden or Adventures of Mana, as they eventually finally translated it for us. That had a very sad ending that I can't remember the official names of the hero and the girl, but the daughter of the Mana Tree eventually has to become a new Mana Tree and leave him behind, and he has to be the guardian of the Mana Tree to protect it. And so the mini romance that, as much as a old early 90s Game Boy game could give, was put to rest there because she can't even be human anymore, which is sadness. And then the Secret of Mana ending is really, really sad and bittersweet, because they have to kill the Mana Beast. The tree, I can't remember if the tree actually is going to be reborn and dies, but the fairy has to the sprite has to disappear because mana is gone from the world. Diluc has to sacrifice himself to help stop Thanatos, and so all that's left pretty much is the boy and the girl. I just wish of these ending scenes they got to keep their as it goes through the 6 characters. They did this so that it would work no matter who you put in your party. It just shows the epilogue for all 6 characters, whether they were in your party or not. But because of that, the 3 that were in your party and should be in their class changed outfits are not. So they've gone back to being ordinary scrubs. But that was sad, but pretty much everything turns out alright for these characters, especially, or at least if you know all the storylines for them. At least as it shows here, even for the characters you didn't pick, they have their happy endings. With the Crimson Wizard no longer manipulating her, Angela's able to return home, and technically, I guess nobody can use magic anymore. If they can, it's pretty minor, but whatever that's the case, Angela is now more than qualified, whether it's because she's caught up with magic or because nobody can use magic because it's going away. That kind of makes it sad for her kingdom, or potentially bad, because the Queen's power was keeping the kingdom warm. But I guess there are other winter cities, so it's not like the threat of the encroaching tundra would totally wipe out the kingdom. Although that seems to be what many of the people are afraid of, and that's what gets the rest of the citizens on board with Corrin and his Crimson Wizard and manipulating the Queen into seeking mana stones to increase the power of magical energy. And that's another Goku-like thing there, although instead of the Vegeta aspect, that's the Kid Buu aspect at the end of the original Dragon Ball Z, original Dragon Ball manga. Goku wished for Buu to be reborn as a human that he could eventually fight, and he goes and finds him as a kid and starts training him up. Okay, I guess Hawkeye is the least royalty of the group overall. Though he was raised as effectively the son of Flame Khan, the leader of these brigands. They're a group of Robin Hood thieves, you know, so he may be a prince of thieves, as it were, you could say, but definitely not actually royalty in the land. Although from that image, they seem to be getting along fine with all the people in broad daylight. Like they've recognized them as rightful rulers of the desert area or something. So strangely, Angela is the one character who has the least involvement if you don't recruit them. Kevin would be second because you only have him around for the encounter with Ludgar right in front of the Moon Tower on your first visit. But at least he's there to deal with that in Ludgar and wish for Ludgar to be reborn. You see that whole scene even if Kevin isn't in the party. He appears for it, attacks Gormond, gets frozen, your whole party comes up to interrupt, and then Ludgar comes in to fight, etc. It does play out pretty much exactly the same. Charlotte, of course, you encounter quite a bit, really. She's one of the most active. Duran might be the second smallest, or maybe Hawkeye. Hawkeye you encounter in Laurent Castle very briefly, and then again when he rescues Jessica in the Realm of Fire in your first trip there to find the Salamando. Duran meets you in the Mulbear Hills and takes you and is around during the Altena invasion of Alcena. And of course, Lise and Charlotte, I think, have the most, because Reese is there for the whole sequence of taking her castle back, of course. So there's the multiple sequences there of dealing with her. And Charlotte, you encounter her in the cave on the way to the City of Light. If she doesn't join the party, she runs off. And then on your way back, she, after meeting the Priest of Light, she says she wants to join the party, and you tell her, no, stay home. You're too little a kid to be taking on this adventure with us. Just leave her behind. But then you run into her again when you're going to the Elven city. She, you have to save her life a couple times in the Elven woods, and she tells you how to get to the Elven town. And then runs in and meets her grandpa again, and runs off crying after hearing about her mom and dad, or I should say her elven grandpa. Just like we saw in the story, she comes running in for that meeting too, so Charlotte's all over the place. But if we had not chosen Charlotte third, if we'd done the same party and had, for instance, either Hawkeye or Reese in our party here, we never would have seen Angela at any point in the story. And we only saw her here because she's pretty much next in line. If our party had been Kevin, Hawkeye, and Charlotte, it would have, I'm pretty certain it would have been Duran in the castle dungeon. Pretty much every time I used Charlotte as my third, I didn't have Duran in my party, and it was always Duran in the cell helping you break out of Jad when you get captured going back through the tunnel. Well, I'm going to take a bio break while this finishes up, and then I think I'll see what we can do with the post-game content. I've only been on for about an hour tonight, so I probably have plenty of time to do the extra battles.
is this? Where am I? Oh, I see. This world is...
And so now this puts us in the post-game Chapter 7. Although technically it's supposed to take place before we go to the mana tree. The 1 star means we've completed the main game. The 2nd star will come after we beat Anise, or whatever the name of the super evil dark woman is. So before we get started on it, I want to go into one of my little ramble rant things. Because, let's see where it takes us here first before I get started. I probably should have done it before hitting load game. Party must save the goddess of mana and stop the enemy's evil plan. They prepare to fight their final battle at Sanctuary Mana. Little do they know that another evil in the world is about to awaken. So, the neat thing about this is that it's post-game content. Now, one of the problems that I have with JRPGs, from basically Final Fantasy VII onward, from the disc era when they've started to add a lot more games, is that they have too much content, and a lot of it is superfluous and kind of gets in the way of the story. I'll go into that a bit more after we're done with the cutscenes here.
Why, this is the Royal Library in Volsena. How have I come to be here? All my worldly knowledge was sealed within this tome. The spirit of Master Grand Qua. is no longer in this realm.
Very nice of
Why
you
am I
to
here?
explain all that for us.
I cannot
Grand Croix
feel
is
the
French
presence
for
of the
Great
goddess
Cross, or
Mana.
Grand Cross,
Oh no. The
which
witch.
is a
She
favorite,
must have awakened.
mostly enemy-only spell in many Final Fantasies. A new story has been unlocked. This journey will return to before the party challenges Dark Lich. Head to the Royal Library in Valsena. So there's a lot of bonus content that is in that is hidden behind just superfluous stuff in general. I guess I could have talked to the mana statue there. And some of the worst offenders are the Tales games, which have side quests that you can do, which very late into the game, a lot of it is thrown at you right before the final boss. You don't really get open world until it's time to take on the final boss, and even though the story would seem to imply that there is a time limit, you're expected to spend hours doing all these side quests in order to continue the game. And sometimes these side quests are even story-based, and they're in the worst parts. Tales game, again, some of the worst offenders. You get to the last room before the final boss in the final dungeon, and there is finally the last item needed for an item collection side quest that leads to a super boss. So you have to find this item and say, hey, Mr. Final Boss, we know you're about to destroy the world, but could you give us a little bit more time? We need to leave and head out and go complete this side quest first. And I remember in particular Tales of the Abyss, which does this, and the side quest actually has important story implications for the fate of the main character and stuff like that. But it's hidden behind this thing, which is really ridiculously out of place. While the way the post-game works, storyline-wise, it's kind of the same thing. We're supposed to go to the Sanctuary of Mana and stop the Dark Lich, but suddenly there's another threat and we have to pause to go to it. But at least we've already beaten the game, and now we're dealing with this additional content, which makes this basically like a guide-in or a side story in anime. Anime will often have side stories attached to movies and things, or sometimes unique OVAs that they would produce. And oftentimes, because of the way that a manga story flows, they don't actually have an opportunity for this time period to take place because the heroes were involved in a major battle in the middle of it when it's produced. Or sometimes even in the case of like a series like Bleach, there are two whole filler arcs which can't take place because they would be in the middle of explorations in specifically in Hueco Mundo. So... But now, and so that's kind of the instance we have here. But because it is post-game content, it's still a story you can enjoy using about these characters, so... I wish that more JRPGs would put this kind of super extra content in a guide-in post-game content format rather than making all of these things...
Does this mean that you can see my aura?
That would make super bosses and the like feel a little bit more
I was once a great
interesting if you could beat them after you beat the final boss. You're intended to beat the final boss, and then this content opens.
Danger.
So it's not like if you do the side content, it trivializes the final boss.
Anise the Witch has been revived.
Who?
She's a magic user from the realm of the Mana Goddess. Anise is the reason this world continues to be in peril.
Anise intends to open a portal to Mavolia and destroy this world. There is but one way to face such a terrifying force of evil.
With our fists and sword and
The
staff.
strongest class I ever discovered. Class 4.
Class 4?
Please, you must find a way to switch to Class 4 and defeat Anise. Save this world.
Now from the very beginning of Duran's story, we learned that changing classes, that character classes and changing classes is actually recognized by the world, but it still sounds really silly to be using role-playing game terms for real life in this.
That item is the Instinct Sphere. The Valor Sphere. The Hope Sphere. Interesting. Luck is on your side, as fate would have it. These class items can be found in places important to you, perhaps even kept by people to whom you have a deep connection. I beg of you, you must reach Class 4 to stop Anise and save this world from utter destruction.
I might or might not be able to fight the Black Rabbite here at this group. I'm not going to bother looking up how to get to it. So we're probably not going to fight it. I think it was somewhere in the final dungeon.
I think we should head towards places that hold meaning for you all.
Since we're here in Valsena, we'll do Duran's first. I thought about doing Kevin's first to get it done because he's the leader. But maybe we'll just go ahead and save him for last. I need to get him healed, though. Not super concerned about the Black Rabbite, though. There are other places to fight it, and it wouldn't be that much more of a...
I bet His Majesty
Okay, there we
will know
go.
something. I bet His Majesty will know something about the Valor Sphere. Guess we better go ask him.
And for some reason, he's standing in the middle of the courtyard waiting for us. How convenient. Rather than sitting on his throne, less of a walk for us.
You have come at a most opportune time. I have awaited your arrival.
Waited for me? But why? Is something wrong, Your Majesty?
In these trying times, the world is in need of sword masters of merit. In order to find such persons in our kingdom, we will hold a tournament.
Because that's definitely what we need to do right now while the world is in peril.
I imagine the kingdom would rejoice to see the champion of the youth division appear in this competition.
Yes, sir. Please. I'm in.
However, you no longer belong in the youth division. Duran, you will participate in the main event.
This is the chance I've been waiting for. When I got my tournament invitation, I never thought I'd be facing off against my old enemy. Hey, Duran. Looks like I'm your first opponent. Think you're tough? Huh? Do ya? You got another thing coming.
Duran,
I really wish they had given him a unique sprite.
prepare for the tournament.
I know that he looked like just a basic swordsman enemy at the time, but since they were upgrading everything to 3D, they might as well have given him some sort of unique look on his armor. Alright, is this one where we go solo, or do we get the party?
The Sword Mastery Tournament will now commence.
You're about to see how strong I've become firsthand. This is what training will get ya. You ready, Duran?
Duran will win!
Looks like I'm gonna be solo from the showing those two on the sidelines. There are worse people you can be solo with, like Angela, cough cough. Let's see. What saber do I want? Probably doesn't matter, so maybe I should just do Moon Saber so I can... Okay, I didn't expect it to be that easy. Woo, I got 1 experience.
Yield! I yield!
Ding, ding, ding.
Hold your weapons. Duran,
Sounds like a boxing bell. Great for a tournament.
Duran! So strong!
Now, how many of these do we have to go through?
I see that you have become much stronger.
No! But I trained so hard to beat you! Hey, Duran. Next time, you'll be begging me to go easy on you. That's a promise.
How many rounds do we have? 3, 4, 5?
How
Probably 3. A lot of these little, not super important mini tournaments are about 3 rounds.
Come back and talk to me when you're ready. Be warned, your next opponent will not be so easy.
Yeah, rub it in Bruiser's face, why don't you? Yeah, your next opponent's gonna be a lot stronger than Bruiser.
The Sword Mastery Tournament Finals will now commence!
But there's no one here. Am I meant to fight you?
Only 2 rounds, I guess.
No, Duran. I have a very specific opponent in mind for you, for the final round of this contest. Duran's opponent for the Sword Mastery Tournament is...
His dad, Loki.
Loki, the
Yeah.
Golden Knight.
How on earth did he bring the spirit of Loki back to fight him in the tournament? Don't question it. It's cool. Let's go with that.
That's impossible. My dad is dead.
Duran, my
Quite a way to
son,
say it.
I am here to test what sort of soldier you have become. Now, put our past behind you and fight me. I challenge you.
Dad.
And the reward for this is going to be the Valor
You in
Sphere.
my own right. As a fellow swordsman.
You're just totally hand-waving how this came about, but, you know, whatever.
Now then, begin!
One of the nice things about it being Gaiden content,
Never
too.
dreamed I would have the chance to face my son in battle. This, too, is thanks to the providence of the goddess of mana.
Oh, he's a lot tougher than Bruiser.
Strength of the Golden Knight.
Yeah, he still hit me. Dodge that one.
Luna, help us!
Come at me. Master your sword. Come at me. Master your sword. That's it. Strength of the Golden. You're keeping me on my toes. It's obvious that you've trained hard.
I didn't understand what strength was when I was little. All I wanted was to be like you. Now I understand. And I ain't gonna lose this fight.
course, I'm a lot higher level, though the difficulty is also higher. I'm not high enough level that it's that huge of a difference at this point anymore. But Angela's was definitely a lot harder solo battle.
Well fought, Duran. You have become the strongest swordmaster in the world.
Nice of them to acknowledge it.
Dad!
Fear not, my son. I cannot linger, for I am no longer of the living world. It is my
Now they're giving his voice the Dark Shine Knight treatment, which is appropriate.
You have surpassed me in fighting prowess. What more could a father wish to see from his son?
I wonder if this scene is any different if you're on Duran's storyline, with either Angela or Duran leading, so you see that.
I humbly thank you for all that you have done for me.
I, too, welcomed this opportunity. Think nothing of it, Loki, my friend.
Until we meet again, Your Highness.
Until we meet again.
Stay strong, Duran. Take care of Wendy. What better way could a man depart this world than in the arms of his son? The greatest swordsman in the land.
Dad!
To the winner of the tournament, Duran, we award the legendary treasure of Altena, the Valor Sphere.
Imagine that.
I'm honored.
They didn't even mention it up to this point, so you as the player obviously know that this is how you're going to get the Valor Sphere, but Duran's like, yeah, let's talk to the king. Maybe he knows about the Valor Sphere. And then the king's like, oh, glad you're here. We're going to have a tournament. Are you in? Oh, yeah, I'm totally in. Forget about the Valor Sphere.
Now, we can finally reach Class 4.
Loki chain ability. 10% of CS gauge for every 5 seconds while using a charge attack. Huh. How long does... So while you hold it, you continually gain CS? That's actually potentially really useful. Does it only work for you, or does it work for the whole party? Probably only for you. One of the biggest problems I discovered while doing a solo run with, well, not a solo run, but an offline run using Angela as my main. I tried using her as the main and casting spells. The biggest problem is that she doesn't... yeah, that's Ferrolia Castle. Oh, it's the elf village that we go to. Oh, I was thinking that we would go to the City of Light to get her second class. Or fourth class, rather. Her class upgrade. Elven City makes sense, I guess. That's her actual hometown. But Angela, when casting spells, doesn't generate CS. Not for herself or for the party. So if you have two combatants fighting the enemy while you just cast spells with Angela, you don't get any CS to boost up the party. Causes a bit of a drawback. Something that would enable the party to gain CS during battle would help a lot in higher difficulty boss fights. I hate being indoors with no map.
What about Elf and Elder?
Charlotte, have you returned for a visit?
I just wanted to ask you something, Grandpa.
Please, ask away.
Yes, I'm a standard millennial. I don't bother to visit just for the sake of visiting. I only come when you got something I need.
Grandpa, have you heard of the Hope Sphere?
Where did you hear of that? I see.
A talking book told us.
Charlotte, you have learned so much of the world in the brief time I have known you.
Has she really?
The hopes.
I don't think that she retains any of it.
No one has mentioned it in years. Charlotte, that treasure allowed your parents Laran and Shayla to overcome the laws of their peoples to unite and marry.
Okay.
Papa and Mama?
In order to
Please don't run off
stop
crying
such
again,
tragedy
Charlotte.
from
We can't
befalling
afford that.
another, I sealed the Hope Sphere deep within the woods of Wanderer.
I remember those woods.
But why are you asking about the sphere now? You cannot be thinking of using it yourself. I understand. I promised I would not deny someone their heart's desire again, lest tragedy befall us once more.
Thank goodness for them skipping some of the
Remember what your
necessary
parents
exposition.
sacrificed so that you might live. Treasure their gift.
Don't worry. I won't throw my life away.
Once you have recovered the Hope Sphere, come back here. I will release the seal so that you may once again use it. Please, be careful and do not court danger.
Well, we're going to be fine, but you know, courting danger is all about what that's exactly what these adventures are all about. You can't not go through danger. Okay, yep, the Wandara Woods are the ones where the Benevodon was. Pardon me. So we need to fly there, we can't just walk. The categories that Twitch assigns to some of these RPGs is pretty hilarious. This game is an RPG, an action game, and a platformer, all of which are like, okay, I can see that. It also qualifies as a shooter and a shoot 'em up, which I do not understand. True, some of the boss attacks can be something along the lines of bullet hells almost, but that's stretching the definition of bullet hell to its limits, really, because you have opportunities to dodge, roll through attacks as well, rather than trying to avoid every single strike or something.
Charlotte, you okay? Something happened?
Does your stomach hurt or something?
Papa? Mama? No, it's nothing. Come on, let's go.
Again, they face me the wrong direction when the cutscene ends. Why on earth is that a thing? Oh yeah, of course. I'm not sure which is more dumb, these woods or the first part of Mirage Palace. No, definitely the first part of Mirage Palace. But that's also a pretty dumb design to have the pseudo Mario look to this going on.
No more enemies. Not until next time.
Oh, apparently Duran got a lot of experience for soloing his dad. It's just a good thing they did design it so your friends falling in poison doesn't matter, which is good since there's no way to control them from doing it. But it's still pretty wild that with that horrible way of not really knowing your distances and such, they put you in an area where you can fall into pools and you have to make precise jumps and all that. No, I can't even look at the map, so... Oh, this wasn't the one I thought it was. This is probably the one, yeah. We're gonna have to go to the same place we fought the Benevodons, so it'd be easier, better to take this upper route. And hopefully not fall. Made it.
That wasn't there before.
Nice of them to point that out.
The Hope Sphere?
Conveniently, it appeared only here when we came here this time needing the Hope Sphere. It wasn't here when we fought the Benevodon before. But now there's some sort of guardian who we have to defeat in order to... Oh, a giant zombie. This is simply a giant zombie model. Oh, multiple giant zombies. Or are these normal? One giant and the rest are normal sized? Okay, yeah.
This was precious to my mama and papa. I won't give it to anyone. This is my responsibility. You want a piece of Charlotte?
All the little ones disappeared. Why? Well, whatever. Oh. Hey, we got him with the explosion anyway. Hey, are you guys going to use your ultimates? Oh my. Okay, this might finish him if he doesn't wander out of its reach. If not, I can do another one. Good job.
I did
Good job, Charlotte.
Papa, Mama, I did it.
Charlotte, is that you?
Charlotte, are you there?
Papa, Mama, is it really you?
Charlotte, let me see you.
They got really cool, unique models.
Oh,
We never saw them in the original game, so
Charlotte.
they had to come up with totally unique new models for them, and they did.
Now listen. We are no longer part of this world. What you see here before you now is the part of our life force absorbed by the Hope Sphere when your mother and I used forbidden magic.
There's a lot of that using of
Our
forbidden
physical
magic going
bodies are
around.
no more, and we cannot linger. Oh, it's impossible for us to hold you. Forgive us.
No, it's okay.
Kevin is the only person in this party whose parents are alive. At least whose father, who has one parent alive. His father.
You gave me everything. So I just...
We understand, Charlotte.
I wonder if there would be a trifecta of
We always knew you would grow up to be
meeting
the sweet,
dead
capable
parents.
girl you have become.
Because these two did. With Reese, I can't remember what Reese did for hers.
We
Angela
love you
doesn't, because both her
so
parents are
much.
alive. She's like the only person in the game who has both parents
My
alive.
Charlotte.
Can't remember what Hawkeye
never
did either, but
once
we don't know who
regretted
his
my
parents were
decision
anyway.
To be with your father. We were both so lucky to have had you, and we will continue to watch over you. We are always with you.
Oh, sweet, sweet Charlotte. We love you forever and always.
Papa? Mama? I won't cry anymore. Okay, let's get going. We gotta go back to Grandpa Elf and Elda and get this seal off.
Can't use the flammy drum here? Totally annoying. So I have to run back. Oh wait, can I use a escape rope? Yes! Escape rope for the win. I can't believe they didn't animate an escape rope. Even the SNES games had you animate escape ropes. I did not want to go back through the dungeon again, mostly because I didn't want to deal with the platforming and the stupid purple pools again. Enemies or whatever. This dungeon, the annoying part is the poison pools. Especially in the 2D realms where you have to jump over them all the time. Okay, now to Ferrolia. Oh no, first we have to go back to the Elven Elder. That's right. Grandpa Elven Elder. But yeah, that charging ability, if you just hold charge, and while you're holding charge, you're generating 2% CS a second, essentially.
Papa and Mama.
That'd be really useful in the fights where the enemy is running around and you can't do anything to them for a bit.
Heath.
Charlotte, I see you have returned safely.
Why the inconsistencies? The first time we entered, we had to go talk to him. Every other time. Now this time, to remove the seal, we just enter and we don't even have to go and find and talk to him. He automatically loads the cutscene.
There.
Why the inconsistency?
Fear can be utilized once more. If I had not been so adamantly against their union, your parents would have had a happier life.
Grandpa, that's not true. Papa and Mama were happy. Even if everyone was against them, they had each other.
Thank you for that. You really are a sweet child.
It's probably the sweetest thing she's said the entire game.
Most loved, Charlotte. Please, come back here anytime. I cannot wait to see you. My sweet granddaughter, Charlotte.
With this, I can reach Class 4!
Decrease MP needed for moves by 40% in battle. Okay. Not as good as the Black Rabbite, but can potentially still be really good. Of course, I can only give Black Rabbite to one character anyway, so that would be a good backup. And you can't use Black Rabbite in No Future. If you could use that, though, it would be helpful. I can Slimy Drum now. Okay, now to Ferrolia, the Beast Kingdom. Get the last item for Kevin. Since I'm not bothering to change classes until I've collected all the items, probably not bad to have saved the main character for last. Now I wonder if the other rooms are open so I can finally go get all the chests that have been eluding me. I also wonder if it's full of angry werewolves who'll try to attack me. I hope not.
Instant spear. King of Ferrolia might know it. Come, let's
Good. Let's see. King of Ferrolia, he says, not Dad. Let's see, how do I get around to there? This is such a big, complicated castle. Especially when they have gates and stuff in the way of regular progress. I mean, seriously, do they have to have all these, especially at this point in the game? Let's see. There's nowhere else to go at this point, right? Okay, this should take me into that other room. So what have I been waiting all game for? A gold item seed. Well, better than nothing. I still have a chance at... Actually, if I save up all the gold item seeds now, I can save them for my next playthrough and get more endgame equipment for whichever classes are next. Let's see. That's where I came in. Haha! Good guess, me. We possibly could have come here these times where we needed to take these alternate paths. Those same doors are probably still locked. I was just a little bit more clever about navigating this stupid area this time.
my king! Tell me, I thought that only a truly strong beastman was worthy enough to rule Ferrolia! How can you let some wimpy pup like Kevin succeed you as king? I won't stand for it!
And when exactly did I declare Kevin my official successor?
Also, did you not hear about how he beat the pants out of Lugar? Killed Lugar, the only other, the strongest general left in the army?
I knew it, Your Majesty!
Just wait. I believe you will yet have the chance to test your strength.
Hey, Kevin! You're just in time! In time for me to defeat you and take your place as heir, that is. I know.
Of course, based on the law of JRPGs,
He ran off with his tail betwixt his
this guy is somehow going to be tougher than Ludgar. He thinks he's tougher than Ludgar.
You're just a
He shouldn't be. Especially since he's just a generic wimpy soldier.
No weakling. Weaklings always stand up for one of their own. You losers were made for each other. He probably left because he was scared in the first place.
Why on earth didn't they give us a unique model for this idiot? I want to beat the crap out of him so bad.
Take it back, or else.
How could a red shirt think that he's someone important?
Your Majesty, permission to put your son Kevin in his place.
Feel free. He is no son of mine if he loses.
Ha! You hear that, Kevin? You ready?
That was not a compliment to you. Let's see. Let's go to pressure point. He's probably doing the charge. Oh, well.
You lose. Not a weakling.
Okay, he was as generically wimpy as a wolf like that should have been. Oh my word. My superpowered fire orbital ball is still going off. That's hilarious.
I've gotten a bit stronger.
King, answer me.
It's still glowing there.
Where did you hear about that?
Needed to save the world. I will ask again. Where is the instinct sphere?
Come to the highest floor.
This is great. I love the fact that his Miyako wave is just sitting there in the middle of the throne room still, ready to blow up anyone.
You are worthy enough to succeed me. Then, I will tell you.
And he just walked through it, apparently.
Okay.
That is great.
Chart Moon Tower. I will go.
All important be said. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is awesome. I've made a permanent mark. Probably if I leave and come back in, it will be gone. But I want to check just in case. That's just hilarious. Let's look at it one more time. The glowing sun I left in the middle of the throne room. Nope, still there. Okay, it says we need to go this way, probably just because we need to take off. Can I Flammy Drum? Yeah, we're going to Chart Moon Tower. We can just Flammy Drum over. It's telling me where to go because this is actually a connected land bridge to the, There's a way to reach that area by land, unlike the Wandala Woods. It's right next door. Probably wouldn't have been that far of a walk, but still would have been longer than flying. Now, the real test is going to be after we've done this. If we have to go back there to the throne room, I'm going back anyway, just to see. We'll see if it is actually still going to be there.
Okay, came to Chart Moon Tower. How are you supposed to prove you're worthy?
Probably one-on-one battle with the king.
Kevin? You were shivering. Are you cold?
This is not fear. I am not weak. This is my chance. Can show my strength. Trembling with excitement. Let's go.
There's a weird quirk with skipping dialogue in this game. What is with all these golden statues appearing in the middle? Is this Black Rabite? When it just goes into regular, it voices text boxes, but has you advance through the text boxes. That's throwing me off, because it's very rare in the game. Most of the cutscenes just transition through, and you can skip through the text early, but if you do, you also skip any animation that happens immediately following. What? Okay. Is that a teleport to the end of the dungeon? That's all that does? That's actually rather convenient. I like that.
I have been waiting.
King!
You have grown stronger, as I said. Now, you must prove how much. Come! Defeat me!
Not fair! Too many allies!
Ridiculous! This crowd is to bear witness to the fact that you have a long way yet to go. Kevin,
Pink-haired one has a beard. The orange-haired ones all look identical and do not. Purple one has long hair. Or bulkier mane. Oh, he's got a front thing as well. Very slight differences there, but the oranges are still all identical. Ooh, nice. Nice beast form for him.
King! I will not lose! Not to you!
You have no fear. Good. I have no time for cowards. Doing better than expected. Well done, Kevin.
Many battles since then. I am stronger now, and I will win.
This is a true key straight. More. Do not hold back.
It is slightly unfair that I'm invincible during my class strikes, but he isn't invincible during his. Just a little bit unfair. But considering they have so much more hit points, you know, that's the thing about the Final Fantasy games and their associates with them. JRPGs in general a lot like that. Unlike D&D, where pretty much everything runs on roughly the same-ish rules.
Tell me about the instinct sphere.
JRPGs always, the bosses have many, many times more health than you.
Has been passed down through generations of beasts. It symbolizes leadership. You should take it. Whosoever has this sphere is a worthy leader.
Got the instinct sphere! I can be class 4!
You have improved, Kevin. But do not assume that was my full strength.
Of course.
King is strong, but I am stronger. And I will be strongest. You'll see.
It's really silly to worry about it the way so many people do, but if you wanted to really judge the power of individuals in the game, the Beast King probably qualifies as the strongest actual character in Trials of Mana. 20% chance of decreased defense when using power attack. Eh, not great. It's kind of neat to be able to apply things like that, but...
Now you found all the class items! Let's go back to Grand Claw!
At least if he's telling the truth about that not being his full strength, then he seems perfectly fine after we beat him up in a boss fight. But the King of Altena acknowledged Duran as the strongest swordsman in all the land, which, you know, considering he's level 90s now and is the only hope to save the world, would make sense. But Beast King's like, yeah, that wasn't bad, but you're not yet ready to actually surpass me. Which is kind of important because Kevin is only 50 and has a lot of growing to do too. Being forced into superpower mode from class changes and such to save the world is nothing to do whatsoever with actually being strong enough to lead the kingdom. So... Oh yeah, it's into the library. Again, Kingdom Hearts, every time you finish a cutscene, enter an area, you're facing the direction you're supposed to go. This game, pretty much every time, you're not facing the way you're supposed to go.
You have managed to find...
And again, that's really terrible when they put you in a spot where they don't tell you where you're supposed to go.
Of Class 4, you may be able to defeat Anise the Witch. No, you must. Now that Anise has awakened, I do not know how or when she will begin sowing chaos. Do not delay. You must go to where Anise is hiding.
What? Heard a laugh?
I could sense someone honing in on my presence, but I never expected you, Grand Croix. You pitiful mortals seek to defy me? How quaint.
I wonder if Anise is from another Mana game. Again, I've never played any of the ones past Seiken Densetsu 3, so... I would not know if she was in Legends or Sword or any of the others.
The fate of the world is in your hands. Please.
Okay. So we still need to class change, so I guess we have to go to the Sanctuary of Mana still to do that. Because I couldn't remember if we do it here with the book or we have to actually go to the statue. Snuck, snuck, snuck. Oh darn, that's right, that's a dead end.
Alright, I'll clear your way. Leave it to me. Retreat!
As always, he sounds so scared. Retreat! Titus has a lot better dialogue in Final Fantasy X for running away. Won't go so easy on you next time. Live and let live. All these weird blue flowers around here are...
Who is switching classes? Try to switch your class.
All those flowers are the same shade of blue as the shapeshifters. Makes you think that there's ones hiding underground waiting to ambush you. Beast King! Gem. Cannot be knocked back while using a charge attack. Opponent's damage decreased by 20%. That combines well with the ability to charge up by holding the command, too. Rock is thrown in the enemy from above for massive rock damage. Kiri Nisult. It's quite similar to Beast King's garb, too. Very nice touch about that. Might have to go and reset my abilities in the night market since I maxed out my stats in Class 2. Although I have gained a lot since then, so I might have enough to get all the stuff I really want. We'll see.
Who is switching classes? Try to switch your class.
Berserker. It's kind of interesting that the so the fourth class is different depending on whether you chose Dark or Light as your first one. So your second one doesn't matter as much, at least for the post game. But considering, especially if you're doing New Game Plus with Lil Cactus XP bonus, you're going to spend so much of the game in your third class, it still matters which one you choose. Edelfrei to Berserker. 2 ability slots, Hellion Fury. Oh, I forgot to check what other stuff his did. Don't like the look of that one. I'm going to change it.
Who is switching classes?
Now it's time to see Charlotte's ultimate Dark class. Chaos Bringer. Wow. Looks pretty cool. Decrease all enemies' magic attack and magic defense when battle starts. Okay. Manipulates Dark Power and Wham Blast and deals massive damage in an area of attack. Okay. That's actually quite cute. Alright, time for training. Class strike damage increased by 35% when at HP is at 100. So I could give that to somebody else too now. Not yet. I need to check what else we've got. Okay, Cure 2, cancel status effect when using healing magic. 90% chance of defense decrease with critical hit. That's from us. Let's see. No new abilities here. Heal upgrade 2. Recovers 50% more HP in battle when healed. That actually is kind of cool. Victory heal. Recovering after defeating an enemy. Decreasing damage from an opponent. Ward off. That's the one that I really wish that I could get on Duran so he could tank. And that's really it. Nothing super duper great otherwise, so I guess I will max out stamina. Might still give him the ward off. Go ahead and max out spirit. Whoops. And with the last 11, I'll go luck. I think I need that a little bit more than the intellect. What's that one do? When status increased with move. Okay. Duran. Let's go ahead and max him out. What does he get with his? Rage 2, each time 20% is accumulated, attack and defense increased by 10%. That's actually kind of nice too. Sacrifice 5% of HP when using a power attack, that's bad. Don't like that. Victory heal. Yeah, nobody gets any new abilities for increasing their setup. Chance of critical hit increased. Damage increased by 40 when hit by critical hit. The victory CS boost again. Weak point all. MO weakness is increased by 12% for all allies. Don't really care too much about any of these. Weak point all might be the best left of those. Those are only for him, so the chance of critical is not all that great. Alright, what about you? Summon CS boost. Add 35% of CS gauge when using summoning magic. That actually is potentially cool. Especially since she can summon without using any magic. Magic defense down and weak point all as well, so she could also do that if she wanted. Let's just get her caster stats up. Attack down all as well. Mighty. Power attack damage increase, but if it's just power attack damage, that's not exciting. 80% chance. Yeah, none of these are super duper neat. Do I want to give her stamina for hit points? Let's give her 43. Max out strength, just because. Okay. Alright, I'm fine with where we're at. Okay, new abilities. I want one hit class strike 2. Is there a better payback. Because I already have Beast Roar, no. The Revive, chance of reducing total amount of CS gauge when using Class Strike. There isn't a Revive to either that I saw there, was there? I'm pretty sure I didn't see anything like that, so we'll just keep those. Love of Mana, gives more EXP for all allies. I could probably take that off now that we're in the 90s, honestly. Don't really need that with these people, so Swallow. Random status increase when enemy is defeated, hard ricochet. That's actually kind of potentially good. %5 chance of canceling out damage. He has a couple of things, so it would be good for tanking if I were focusing with him more on tanking. Let's see. Where's the one I got? I want the Beast King's ability. Beastman Pride. Yeah, 20% chance when using power attack. No, that's not the one. Need to fight. Who was it? It wasn't the Beast Kings. %7 CS gauge for every 5 seconds. That might actually be even better, come to think of it. Where was it? Okay, it doesn't have a name that I got. Too many abilities. Sort by type. Defense. Okay, these are all supposed to be CS boosts. So where's the one that I got that does... Maybe they're all here. Ah, there we are. It's the Loki. Accumulate 10% CS gauge for every 5 seconds while using a charge attack, or at 7 every 5 seconds, period. From that other one. That might actually be better. Now I have to find it again. Okay, it wasn't here. There we are, meditation. Yeah, that's unique to him, so generally means that it will be better. Okay, so now I get 2 more, though. Do these stack? Can I stack them? Let's do hard ricochet. Okay. Base HP, 20% chance of surviving. Revoke, chance to be targeted. Attack Saber 2. I didn't get an Attack Saber 3, unfortunately. Charge tech damage. 2 damage. Let's go for defensive base, since that's what I'm doing for him. Let's go with Rage. Kind of like that, actually. Especially since it increases both his attack and defense, and will help him out. Personal style is always good, too. Maybe interception would be best. All right. Weak point all 2. Super summon. Do I have an even better summon? I got some sort of cool summon. Increase all enemies' defense and oh, she's got an even better one of not fainting. Oh, that'd be good to have for later, actually, especially if it does the party. Don't know if it does. Okay, when using summoning magic at 35 gauge, sure. Let's do that. Okay. I spent way too much time thinking about those. Unfortunately, well, maybe it'll let me use this shortcut back. Ah, okay, yep, still a shortcut back, but wasn't able to lower it to be a shortcut going forward. Oh, wait. Yeah, now we gotta go this way. Fortunately, we can't shortcut back again. Yeah. Because those are just blocked. Oh, one last thing to do. Yeah, I definitely like the Eagle-Fry best of his dark sets.
This one is so annoying.
It is. We're just gonna get out of here. Oh, maybe I can use the... Yeah, I can use the drum at any time. What am I doing trying to run back to the entrance? Alright, where do we go to get Anise?
in the air around here. Something bad.
This entrance is how we get to the witch.
Final dungeon! Special bonus boss dungeon.
Come on! Time to fight a witch!
A wicked witch. Wicked witch of the west, or the east, or the north or south or something. There were wicked witches of the west and east, if we're talking Oz, and the good witches of the north and south. This, I recall, is a rather annoying dungeon. Anise's Stockade. We have to teleport on to various places, fight a bunch of battles in them.
There are so many strong monsters.
Should I use up my seeds or save them? I only have 1 gold. $27 treasure boxes. I didn't fully explore this area before. I have done it, so most of it will be here, but I skipped some of the areas we didn't need to do. Ha! I managed to just avoid the battle. 27 treasure boxes. What could they possibly have in them? Rainbow item seeds, okay. Might go ahead and save those for my next level 3 classes. Let's see. No chest there, so...
This must be an illusory world made by Anise herself, constructed from the memories and subconsciouses of others.
Really? Witch must be very strong. This is strength.
This'll be faster than I guess. Quit on me now. Here we go. Beating them all on my own.
Personally, I think those sound like pigs.
Stronger than you think.
It's just getting started. Anise! I don't care if this ain't real. How dare you?
And I'm just going to keep it in permanent nighttime.
Dangerous.
Retreat!
The biggest problem with Class 4 is that it's the only time in the game where if you use your most powerful class strike, you'll have, you use up your entire bar. They don't give you any more class energy for this. Let's see, looks like we have to go through there, but we probably have to go trigger a couple things first, huh? Yep. Wonderful. Doesn't tell us how to do that, we have to search for it. Which is probably these crystals up here. Oh, just the one, huh? Nice. And now we have to go up that one to get the other barrier, though, it looks like. Wonderful.
We can take this enemy in no time.
No time. Good description of why we're skipping the battles. Rather than, run away, run away! She decided to use Wham Blast, huh? Okay, you use that. Have fun. Teleport to me when you're ready.
Don't worry, I've got this. Leave it to me, rookie.
This will be faster if we fight together. No time to celebrate. Let's get moving.
Imp's Ring. What does that do again? Cancels out freezing and burning attacks. Ah, that's right. So if that's a concern... Is there another barrier, or we're going to be able to go through here? Such a huge dungeon. Kind of silly and unnecessary.
This will be faster if we fight together.
We can take this enemy in no time.
Retreat!
Okay, I think I get what's going on here. We're only down tiny amounts of health, but whatever. That one's up above.
All right, clear your way. Leave it to me.
Not even one of the 27. Where on earth are the rest of the 27 going to be in that case?
We can take this enemy in no time.
Swordster. Not a sword master, a swordster. Rainbow item seed, nice.
Leave it to me, rookie.
Okay, next portal. Probably can't run from the dragon fight, I imagine. Yep. Oh, more appeared, huh?
This one is so annoying.
Stronger than you think.
Heath has returned.
Poison away, lovely. A new map. I haven't been here before. Interesting. Possibly because this is for another character's representation. Let's see.
Don't worry, I got
Out of my way before I break you.
I guess when I was beating this, I decided to give up on the whole idea of fully exploring. Because some of it is explored, either that or maybe it is unique. That I can just see that far. Barrier is blocking the path. Great. How do we get rid of that barrier? Can we get away? Yes. Still poisoned. Aha!
Leave it to me, rookie.
Stronger than you think.
Still my best overall AoE attack. Must go up onto the same balcony area. Yep. Okay, and this is Navarre. Is it random each time we go through? Because this looks perfectly, perfectly cogent.
Take down the enemy.
Shamanian.
Get it. Stronger.
Oh, that's a, somehow I thought that was the way to go.
Stay focused.
And here's the real annoying part. Let's see. Those areas do not have chests, so I feel a little bit leery about the places I haven't explored yet, but okay, that just bounces around to get back. So this looks like the area I need to go to, and then, oops. Please let me save the game. Yeah, how on earth are you supposed to avoid that? Now I have to remove the barrier somehow by doing something. What is it again that I have to mess with?
Take down the enemy.
Nope, can't escape from this fight. Can't worry about that. Nice. More? They really went all out for this extra game content on this final dungeon. They wanted to give you a place to really get your money's worth out of your Class 4. I would have actually preferred a boss rush. So when you've already been fighting minions all the while to get to here, having to just fight more minions with your new class abilities, especially since they really didn't add very much. some, in general, slightly improved can't go that way, huh? Slightly improved stats, slightly new skills, but nothing. One new class skill, but nothing in the way of actual new abilities or. Another fake chest. I can't believe they can have 27 treasure boxes and a whole bunch of fake ones. So aggravating. Okay, let's see. Okay. That puts us about halfway done with the treasure boxes. Hopefully I haven't missed any, though I don't care all that much. That's probably a way out of here entirely. If you really want to leave. Decide you need to go buy some stuff because you weren't fully prepared. Some sort of boss here. Okay, now I can access map. Alright. So not a boss here, just... Why does this look weird? If I get turned around again, yeah, this is the way out. Whoops. So all of the hometowns are here, and everybody has a comment when their hometown in particular is the one struck. I don't think you can run from dragons, so...
Heath has returned.
Chest is up there, so I have to go around. How annoying. Oh, I turned around again. Okay, where... So this is Castle Altina. Altena. It's not a chest though, so I don't care about the glowy on the ground. Sometimes they're as good as just... Oh, gall. And this is the labyrinth underneath the Altena Palace. This is such an awful spot. Okay, at least I have explored it before, so I know where I'm going more or less. Oh, I have to go all the way around to that side first. I was somehow thinking that that was a locked area. Okay. Oh, we have to go through them. See you around! Oh, sorry. See you around! Very good, Charlotte. I can't believe they actually let me get away before the thing triggers, though. That's pretty funny. Rather than all of these places in a row with lots of enemies, I would seriously just prefer a series of like 8 boss fights or something. Golly, we've spent an entire day down here already. Naturally, time is faster in this place, but this still feels just awful wasting of time. I'll toss the next... It doesn't even look like it matter. It'll probably be night again before we get to the boss fight, since it still actually is only the one boss fight. Three honey elixirs. That ogre box still wants to get us. Yeah, up here.
Get out of my way before I break you.
Sea dragon, which is what they actually call seahorses in Japanese. Was I that tired that I decided to ignore this area? Maybe there's chests up this way. I better look for them. Yeah, there is the chest up here. Oh, I did it too late. Or too early. Mana ring? Okay, what cool thing is that that I totally ignored up to now? Does it restore mana in combat? Cancels out all status effects. Okay. Glass ring, when did I get that? There we go. Okay, that is actually really, really good. And actually, maybe it is worth putting on her automatically. It's also got a really, really high amount of defense and magic for a ring like that. It's I think that's very much worth it. Very sad that I didn't grab that in my last playthrough. I guess I was just so tired of this place, I was trying to get through it. So that's half of the boxes. Goodness. There might be a few more I've missed. Hopefully they don't have anything else as good as a mana ring in them. So I was kind of really expecting that to be some sort of mana regen item. Restores mana every few seconds in battle or every few steps you take, which... Not for this party right now, because I have Black Rabbite to take away all my mana cost needs, but... Another rainbow item seed. I really hope none of them are in buildings so you could potentially open. Apparently I skipped this chest even. Probably decided that most of the things that I was getting just weren't worth it. Is this Ferrolia? All the enemy groups are so random here. Or is this, nothing in here? Okay. This is Labyrinth. That's where this is. Barrier is blocking the path. Oh, we probably need to go through here to unblock the barrier. That's why it exists. Yep. Oh, come on. Take a long spiral staircase to the basement. Square spiral. And... yeah, triple demon crew, demon, imp, and succubus. You all get pwned. Yep, I was totally in the ditching everything at this point. Okay, that's a dead end anyway. Get me out of this. Ooh. Nothing here either. Seriously? Come on. Where are the rest of these chests? I've probably missed at least a half dozen. I can't believe that there are still 11 left. Oh yay, wind barriers, that's right. Oh, and now... because I wasn't quick enough to go in there. It's upstairs. Aha, okay. Can't just lock up those? That's crazy. Okay, now I need to be ready. Okay, this time I made it. Mythic cookie. They must be on another level, these entrances. Always look like you can go through them, but... okay, nothing here but this. Yeah. Oh, I got a lot of chests really fast in here. Oops.
Be careful! This could get ugly. No time.
Really weird how random some enemies are. It's almost, especially in a game that they've done so much later. In the early FF games, there were a lot of really random enemies that had a no-run flag to them. But even in like the pixel remasters of 1 and 2 that suffer from that problem the very most, they actually got rid of a lot of those can't-run enemies, or got rid of their can't-run flags at least. Looks like we have to kill them and operate this. So for a few random enemies, some of the encounters made sense. Maybe it's just a couple of the encounters. Some of them made sense, but there are several encounters that did not make sense. Haha. You cannot stop me.
Leave it to me, Wookiees. Bye.
Let's take it out before it does more damage. Run!
Still 8 chests away.
Clear your way. Leave it to me. Here we go. It's over for you.
Okay, that puts us up to 21 out of 27. We still got 6 to go. My word. Oh god, another one of these places. Okay, Okay, 22 out of 27, and that's the only one here. So I just need to get to the place there. I wish I remembered the path, but it's been a couple years, so of course I don't. At least it's easy to avoid the Rabbites. I knew it would be nighttime before too long. Oh, back to here? Okay. Hey! Not bad, me. All guessing, not memory or any sort of skill, but lucky guesses for me, yeah. Alright, this would be Ferrolia.
Retreat!
What is this? How?
Yeah, I found a chest place.
All of us together! Retreat!
Please don't be a trap, please don't be a trap. Okay. That puts us at 23 out of 27.
Let's take it out before it does more damage.
Oh, this door actually opens, huh? Interesting. Okay, let's go grab this chest. Then I'm gonna go down that way first. If it leads to a chest. Okay, that's 24 out of 27. Okay, 5. This is the most confusing and maze-like castle. I almost wish they'd broken the treasure hunting sequence into pieces. Some here, some there. Nowhere else to go here. There's another chest somewhere that appeared on my map somewhere near here. This side of the castle. Yep, 2 more here. Are those potentially the last 2? Ah, but I can't reach them from here. How do I get to them? Just continue on the path, I guess. I'm pretty sure that there were no other detours I could have taken at this point. I think it's the same here. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to beat you up, huh? And now I go around this way, and that should take me to the last chest. Oh, we're gonna have to beat them, huh? This is part of their battle terrain. Mana bracelet, okay. Cancels out all status effects like the mana ring. So that's 2 right there. Strange that there's 2 and not a third. Oh, I bet 1 is for male characters. The bracelet is for male characters. It says Kevin and Duran only. And the ring is for female characters. Okay. Alright, is this over with, Anise? It's still nighttime. If it goes to daytime, I'll immediately use a dream seed, because we should be just about done with this stupid dungeon. Ugh. Oh, cutscene. You know we're close.
Evil smell is getting stronger.
Anise must be getting close.
I never even noticed that before. That must be a quick way out again. If we're really desperate to leave. I'm really desperate to get this done and over with. Here we go.
Hey, you two! Look!
Hey, you too, Charlotte.
bold of you to come here instead of running away.
Which Anise? I never run.
I have but one desire. Use the portal to Mavolia to destroy the world.
Yeah, sure, great, yeah. How original.
With my own 2 hands.
Wait, are you gonna destroy or rule? It's kind of hard to... Oh, ruin this realm, not rule. Okay, yeah, okay. You're good.
Hold my power.
Senseless destruction. Great, never heard that, that motive before.
Ride, worthless mana worms. Fall from the tower of your dreams. Swallow hits of despair. Feed me with your pain.
So this is Anna's the wish.
Don't worry, Fairy. We're here. Together, we are strong. We won't lose. Not holding back.
Stop me!
Whoops, wrong one. I wanted to use my new ultimate one. Oh, and she teleported anyway. Why did she make me waste time? Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't get to do all that awesome damage. Dragon Anise, yes. Okay, let me finally do damage with this thing. There we go. Ooh, actually killed one of our guys. Hard actually gets hard towards the end. This should finish it. Nope, because it covered itself in place. Oh, there's the fourth one. Okay, do we have phase 3? Yep, phase stupid 3.
You really thought this was over? I can never be purged from this world. Someday, I will be revived and bring chaos with me. Once time passes and you are long gone from this realm, I will remain.
Ooh, did I leave another floating ball in the middle of the map here?
Chaos will reign. Someday.
Okay, I guess there's not a phase 3. Good. We won.
Not quite. As long as the goddess of mana exists, Anise will never disappear completely.
Of course.
But you dealt her a major blow. I don't think she'll be coming back anytime soon.
Not done. Goddess is still in danger. Let's talk to Grand Qua.
Oh, you have defeated the fearsome witch Anise. As long as brave young souls like yourself...
Quite a thing to call her a witch when she's effectively the
world can yet be saved from chaos.
goddess of darkness, essentially. If she's the alternate of the goddess of mana, it will exist as long as she does.
Time long, long ago. Youth is the hope of this world. I believe I can rest easily with that knowledge. Ah, my young adventurers, you are the world's beacon of hope. I have faith that you will save the goddess of mana. Believe in yourself.
Definitely save completed game data so that I can New Game Plus from this now with more stuff that I missed out on last time. Anise's chaotic power will not disappear. You can gain new powers by defeating her when she tries to revive. You can now select New Game Plus from the title menu. And that's it. So that was New Game Plus. Done with the 3 characters I hadn't won with previously. And I guess that's really all there is. I guess I could run over to the Ferrolia castle and see if that sun is still in the throne room, but I don't think it is. That'll probably do it for me today. Finished that a little bit faster than I thought I would. Although maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. It's not super duper long of a game. And on New Game Plus, it really didn't take that long to do most of the fights. If I'd been trying to struggle through on Expert the entire time, it might have taken quite a bit longer, but hard was difficult enough. So now I have to decide what to do with my Tuesdays going forward. I almost want to do another playthrough or 2 of this. Now that I've gotten back into it again, it's so much fun. When I was trying to do my first New Game Plus a couple years ago and record and stream that after completing my first game for myself. I did my move shortly afterwards, and it was in the middle of all the chaos of 2020, and so I ended up not being able to continue that for various circumstances. So, and then it just left it undone for a while because I always felt I needed to, if I was going to play it again, I needed to stream it and pick that up again. And after a couple years, it was gone. But I saw it was a good time since I'm streaming more now, so I was finally able to. And I'd like to play it some more, but I don't know if I want to subject my stream to another playthrough of this. But it might be fun to put things together. Maybe eventually try a new No Future. Although I don't know if I'd want to stream a No Future because that might be too painful as well. But it'd be interesting to try out. Next week I'll probably do some SMZ3. I haven't done that in a while, and my sister's craving it, so she begged me to do that at some point. So that's what we'll be working on then. And I'll take the next, essentially, week and a half, 2 weeks to decide whether I want to continue more Trials of Mana or maybe play through another game on Tuesdays. But that'll do it for me tonight. Thanks for watching, tuning in, and I will see you next time.